Well, gyroscopes do not behave the way you expect them to. But to understand it, we're going to be looking at a bicycle. And before we talk about a bicycle, just a couple of reminders. I don't ever want to see you riding your bike with headphones. I don't want to ever see you riding your bike while you're talking on the phone. I don't ever want to see you riding your bike while texting. When you're riding your bike, you need to be looking and listening all around you. I want you to wear a helmet. And you know what? If you are going very fast on your bicycle and you decide to stretch or take your hands off the handlebars, that's fine. Because the faster you're going, the more that bike will want to stay upright. You have noticed as you are riding your bicycle that when you turn to the left, you lean to the left. And when you turn to the right, you lean to the right. The faster you're going, the more you lean. Well, you know what? If you are riding your bike and you're going pretty fast and you take your hands off the handlebars, you can steer the bike just by leaning. You can lean to the left and the bike will turn to the left. You can lean to the right and the bike will turn to the right. And that's because of the wheels. Now, I don't have a fancy gyroscope, but I do have some old bicycle wheels. Now, if I take this wheel and I just let go, it's going to do that, right? If I'm holding it here and let go, it's going to tilt just like that. But if this wheel is spinning, and I let go, it doesn't tilt, it turns. That's the gyroscopic effect. If this wheel wasn't spinning, it wouldn't do that. It would just tilt. And the reason is, if you think about points around the rim of the wheel, I'm going to illustrate two right here. Think about what's happening to them. I'm going to mark one with the white sock, and then I'm going to mark another one with the black sock. If I'm tilting this wheel like that, this white sock, I'm trying to move it all the way over here. This black sock, I'm not really doing anything to it. And similarly, there's a point down here that I'm trying to move this direction. And there's a point here that's not really moving at all. When it's spinning, and I try doing it, well, let's look at it from above. Now let's look at this from a top-down perspective. As this wheel is spinning, you know that this point wants to go off like that, right? This point wants to go off like that. And so they're doing their thing. If I come along and try to tilt the spinning wheel, if it was going really fast, you'd be able to see it. If I try to tilt that spinning wheel around its axis, I'm monkeying with the system. And here's what's going to happen. This point right here at the top, this point still wants to go like this. But if I'm trying to tilt it so it's going like this, it's not going to go either way, is it? It's not going to go completely straight. It's not going to go completely to the side. Instead, it's going to find that sort of compromise. It's going to go that way. If I try to add this force to one that's going like that, it's going to want to go that way. And if you think about it, there's a point down here that's going to want to go the opposite way, down here at the bottom. it's going to want to go that way if I try tilting the whole thing. Meanwhile, the points here on the side, if I'm just tilting it right on this axis, they're not really going to be affected. Okay, so why then does a spinning wheel behave so differently from one that is not spinning? Well, if we take a wheel that's not spinning, we let it tilt like this. You can see how the point here at the top wants to go this way, point at the bottom wants to go that way. There are going to be points in between that don't need to go so far. And when we get to these points that are right there in the middle like that, they're not really affected. Well, likewise, if we take a spinning wheel, and we're not trying to tilt with it, we're just going to let it spin. Notice how the front half of this wheel wants to go down, the back half of this wheel wants to go up. As this wheel spins faster and faster and faster, or as there's more and more mass added to the wheel, that motion becomes more and more important. Now, if we think about spinning this wheel, and imagine it's spinning really fast, and we just have a super duper slow motion camera. As we try to tilt it, this doesn't want to go that way, right? It wants to go like that. And like these points here at the middle, they don't want to stay where they are. Like this one back here wants to go up still. Not down to the ground, not stay still. It's going to go up. And so this one's going to go up. The top one's going to go this way. This guy's going to go down. And down here at the bottom it's going to go this way. And so your wheel turns, and that's how a gyroscope works.